you're always happy starting clean, and regardless of the result being 4-0, what I liked is our trend upward from the very first match on Friday morning to the last match on Saturday night. I just liked that our goal is just to grow. And sometimes I don't want to overlook results, but sometimes we're at this time of the year, we're going to try to work on depth and find those pieces that we're still trying to figure out in certain situations. And we did that. And there was a struggle from time to time, but they still found a way to win. And there's just something that's hard to coach that. If you find ways to win when you're not playing your best, that's something to celebrate too.
You talk about it, growth, right? I mean, 3-1 in that first one, then 3 straight sweeps. After that first game, was there talks of, hey, let's not let that one set happen?
For sure. And this is where, although we dropped that set, again, I don't know if we would have learned what we could have learned without dropping that set. Again, as a coach, you never want to, but there's times where you got to look at it and go, okay, how can we learn from this? And they applied it. That's what's really fun about this group is they're a bunch of learners, and I don't know, they grow from it like we're trying to do. We're just trying to grow inch by inch every single match we get to suit up and play.
You got this double whammy on your back, #1 in the nation, defending national champs. Are they learning that you have a target and they're just going to have to handle that part of life?
That was really the fun part because we talked about it. Everybody's going to play their best when they play against us, and we talked about it all preseason long, but then we actually got to see it. And instead of being like, geez, we're going to have everybody's greatest match, let's be thankful for that. Let's be up for that. And so that's kind of why we're wanting to be a moving target if we're going to be. We're kind of riding on that. And there's no question that this coming weekend in Denver, it's going to be no different except with nationally ranked teams through the entire weekend.
Talking about finding growth moments, is there kind of a thought to, playing against some of these teams, if we're going to be playing at the level that we want to play at, we have to be dominating. We can't just focus on winning. We have to make sure that we're performing to our standard, not just the standard of our opponent.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too, but like I said earlier, sometimes even when you're not playing your best, yes, there's always a standard in our gym. There's always a standard when we want to play game day, but there's moments where we might not have our 100% from all the 1/6 that's out there. And so I think a superpower that you can have as a team is finding ways to still win while in that moment of struggle. And we saw moments of that this weekend, which I too celebrate. I celebrate a clean win, but man, I'm going to celebrate the ugly ones too.
Last week, I think it was St. Mary's, you said brings a lot of seniors, and now it's going to be a tough test. Considering the results, how excited are you knowing that you guys went out and did what you did heading into this next tournament?
For sure. I think that every match is a build-up. It's funny how we talk about it. I think the match is built up to prepare us for our next opponent. I think St. Mary's and that fight that we had with them prepared us for Davenport. Davenport is preparing us for the teams coming up this weekend, and that's it. I want to focus on the positives where we can still feel consistent and just capable, but also tactically we're going to physically work through the things that we just need to get better at.
You're testing your team with this trip to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is that on purpose to see where you're at?
Absolutely. I mean, why not? We're playing back-to-back first on Friday, so maybe the scheduling part's going to be a challenge within itself. We kind of helped ourselves do that this past weekend with playing a 2 and a 7, which was a quick turnaround. Did that strategically because we're going to be in that same situation on Friday, playing Ferris first, and they are a great team, and they're very experienced with a lot of senior leadership. And then we're going to come right back and play Metro back-to-back. And we know what Metro brings. We play them at home. They smacked us, to be quite frank, the second weekend of season last year, and we have not forgotten about that. And so we're really excited about the challenge. I think the challenge is we need to be grateful for it. We're put in this situation, and let's be grateful for it and just run with it.
I believe it was Ainsley, Tori, and who else on the all tournament?
Briley.
What did you make their performances?
Well, for Tori, for me, there's a no-brainer. Regardless if the offense looked a little bit different, her serve was key for us. Her serve receive was amazing. Her defense was. So there's a lot of pieces to her game that don't really show up on box scores that she's doing right now. Briley was just a monster. I mean, I would be frustrated if I had to play against her. So that's why she got noted. And for Malice, easily there's a couple other girls that probably could have been named, Emma Becker or Tatum Stowe for that matter. But Malice does a great job creating these moments for our players and our hitters that people don't see. If you're new to the volleyball game, you might not see it, but Malice did a great job just creating moments for all of our offensive players today, or this weekend, excuse me.
Talking about your depth, really, that's one of the strengths of your teams. You guys are going to get a lot of rotation out there this weekend. You see a lot of some players.
Right. Yes, I'm excited about where we are with our depth. I'm also excited to see that depth grow. It could be easy to come in as a new player or a young player and go, hey, I've got some great people to learn from. But as you're learning, I want you to physically be able to get out there and play too. And so that's what we're teaching them. Like, keep learning from these girls that are experienced, but let's not wait your turn. Like, let's make your turn this year. But Bryn Wright really came in and showed her experience to just being that L2 for us on the outside. She did a solid job, and I'm really excited to see what she does. But I'm excited to see what those other girls that are coming off the bench will do eventually too.